All right, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to No Lowballs. I forgot what episode this is. 11? 11. Welcome to episode 11 of No Lowballs, Infinite Armory's official podcast. I don't think it could be the unofficial podcast. It has to be the official one.
Unofficial is Fort Knox podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We are your hosts. I'm JB.
I'm Holden.
And we usually label ourselves as the second worst podcast on the internet. And today, our guest is from the worst gun podcast on the internet.
We've joined forces.
That no longer operates, which is kind of a bummer.
What do you want from me, dude?
A podcast.
A podcast.
I really enjoyed it, and then you shut it down.
Okay, so here's the thing. So my name's Corey. I had a podcast called Fort Knox Podcast. And I did some YouTube stuff, and I still kind of do some YouTube stuff. But actually, I need to move this closer. I should know how to do this. I had one of these.
You're good.
I stopped doing podcasts because I ran out of time.
Yeah.
Like, I drove 2 hours to get here and drove behind the worst drivers, and every single one of them had a Utah plate.
You should have asked me. I would have told you the back way to go.
Is there a back way outside of the gorge?
There is a back way, and it's very nice.
And you don't have to go through the gorge?
You
don't have to go through any of the freeway. You come straight through.
Yeah,
through our
and
Indian
you
reservation.
land like right here, which is pretty nice.
I don't have to go through the gorge.
Correct.
Next time.
Yep. When you go home, I'll tell you how to get there.
Dude, I was debating getting my pilot's license so I don't have to drive anywhere.
That scares the shit out of me.
Why?
I do not want you in the air.
That's
behind the wheel or the stick or whatever the hell they call it.
The stick, the yoke. I think there's great marketing opportunities with a plane.
I want a helicopter.
House Party plane banners.
Dude, I have been in planes with friends who are pilots, and they are the opposite of you. They're like deadly serious. Every single checklist item is like, they're cupping the little fuel thing before they leave. Something tells me you just be like popping in and taking off. And
Vibes-based piloting.
Vibes-based piloting.
All right, listen, here's the thing. The check engine light in one of my cars is on.
Okay.
I have the Big Dog Snap-on scanner. I plugged this thing in.
Did you finance it?
On the truck?
The which? The truck
The
or
Snap-on scanner.
No.
I'm just giving you shit.
Okay, I was just checking because I don't owe the Snap-on dude any money, I don't think.
It's good.
Maybe that's why he doesn't call me anymore because I don't.
Because you don't owe him money.
I buy outright.
He's pissed off.
Yeah,
they probably make all their money from dude's finances.
Yeah, it's the worst type of customer.
Yeah.
Dude,
is someone who pays outright.
Dude, and their finance is insane. It's like, because it's all in-house, it's like mega, it's like 8% or something. And I remember, because we're just going to, first off, this podcast is sponsored by
InfiniteArmory.com. What's the line you usually sell for those who want your shit that you don't want anymore?
Stop stepping on me?
Yeah. We want watch an artist at work.
InfiniteArmory.com, the best place to sell your shit to dudes who want your shit. When you join, use code SupDef. Also, SupDef, nothing ever for sale. House Party Distro. I make t-shirts. I sell t-shirts. Overpass Bags. Good bags. Good zippers. Decent customer service. Shout to Grave Solution. Annex Defense. JB. What's the shop you work at?
Red City Pro Shop. That's the one we tell.
Red City?
We tell the customer
Red
base.
City.
That's the one I went to.
Yeah.
To this guy's shop.
Whoa.
Are you gonna let us get Graves on the podcast? I want him on here.
Dude, my sourcing guy is calling me right now. I'll call him back later. Shout out to this dude, my sourcing guy. He's solid. I have like 12 different more businesses that I own. Shout out to Ford Observations. He's gonna get me killed one of these days. And then
what about Weekend?
Yeah, Weekend Institute. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Snap-on. So that's all the stuff, right? So Snap-on, I got really... You're a car guy, right?
I used to be.
Okay.
Not as much anymore.
That doesn't mean anything. You always come back to it. So I bought a JZX 100 Mark II. Japanese imported.
Okay.
Essentially almost a Lexus, right? Camry. I lowered this thing with a Craftsman 120 piece box, okay? Terrible. I've lifted like 20 Land Cruisers with this thing. I was like, you know what? I should stop buying guns for a second.
Time
and
to get
buy
some tools.
So I get a hold of the Snap-on dude. He's the worst dude to get a hold of. Dave. Also, fuck Dave. He retired. I'm glad he retired. That dude was a fucking prick.
Ouch.
Dude, he sucked. Andy, shout out to Andy in Vegas. If you need a Snap-on, that's the dude.
Is that Dave's replacement?
Yeah, so he bought the route from him. Younger dude, super rad. So I bought a cart I filled it instantly the first time I was on the truck, paid outright, and the dude was obviously very upset because I didn't finance anything.
Yeah.
And I called him again. I was like the next week, and I was like, hey, dude, put me on rotation. Also, I need a bigger box. So I bought a 72-inch Epic because some dude that was like 19 years old got an oil change job somewhere, got fired.
Yeah.
This box is like $27,000, dude. I already outed myself as being a prick. So
this is the one that like got repoed or something. Like they got it back somehow.
So they repoed it. Basically, they went to go deliver it. The kid got fired, and and this kid tried to deliver it to his apartment on the 3rd floor. And Dave was like, "Dude, no way, dude."
Yeah.
So he put it in storage. It's purple and gray, slate gray.
Yeah.
And I got this box, and I filled it. Within like 3 weeks of just the most random shit. I was like, yo, I need this. I don't think I'm ever going to actually use it, but I need it. So I filled this box, and currently right now it has a 249 in it and
Very
a
nice.
scanner.
I thought you sold the 249. Have you not sold that yet?
It's still for sale.
Dude, it's still on
good.
Infinite Armory, and it's probably my own doing because, let's be honest, it's up for the amount of money of if someone wants to offer me, I will sell it. I don't really care. It's cool. The big part is that I have the Noveske Bortak contract overrun barrel in it.
The 300 blackout one?
Yes, which is so tight.
It is tight.
Do I really want to sell it? No, it looks cool in there. So anyways, I buy a scanner and I plug this thing into my car. And this is the first time I've ever used like a crazy scanner. And I look at it and I'm just like, yo, what are all of these errors? So say the Sprinter, for instance, if you go and get in your car and you turn the car off, it'll give you the little error, and someone's going to correct us in the comments because that's how this works, but it'll give you the error for your Bluetooth not connecting.
Oh, wow.
And
Nice.
like if you push the wrong seat number to adjust your seat, it'll give you an error for your seat. So I like see all these errors. I'm just like, what the fuck? I just unplug it. I was like, all right, I'm not touching this thing ever again.
Nice.
But then I found out my G-Wagon has an evap leak, so it does work.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I didn't know a G-Wagon's fuel economy could get any worse, but does it with an evap leak?
Here's the thing, dude. I do the speed limit everywhere I go,
That's
so I think it gets about 9 when I drive it.
Makes sense.
But also, to be fair, like the next in line other square, big, heavy thing I own is an H1. That's
the H1.
which is Duramax swapped, right? It makes 850. It's on 39s. Typically has like 14 pounds of air in it, so it does not roll very good, or well, better yet. And that gets 4 miles to the gallon in Tune 1.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right now it doesn't run.
I pulled up and I lost it at your license plate.
Oh yeah,
The funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Have you seen his license plate?
I have not.
it's the since
Is it the old one?
yeah.
Oh.
So
The tight one?
no,
Oh.
this podcast, dude. Honestly, like with this podcast, people already hate me, which is my favorite thing on the planet, and we'll get to that and how it ties into marketing. So I had an S580, I had a W224 580 Magno White. Cashmere Magno White and Oxblood red interior. It was so fucking tight, dude. And this will segue into people complaining about expensive guns having problems because gun guys are giant pussies and they do not understand once you get to a certain echelon that if you can afford this, and you know this with 2011 shooters, especially comp shooters, oh my CZ is down. Cool, go grab one of the 37 CZ75s that are all the same out of your collection. Until you get into German cars or race cars or any other hobby, which I've been saying for a decade plus, you know this.
Yep.
You need to have other hobbies as a gun guy. As a car guy and as a German car guy, I didn't pay shit for this car because it was a lease, so it was a tax deduction, but that car stickered $179,000. Okay. It was top of line S-Class. I know the manager over at Mercedes, so I got a solid fucking deal. Week 2 of having this thing, headliner started to come out. Alcantara, special order. You got to get it from Germany.
Nice.
Cool. You know what happens? They got to take out the fucking front windshield. The front windshield, they have so much glue in it, they have to replace the windshield. My front windshield is all 3M crystalline, so it's like $3,000 worth of tint in this car.
Jeez.
They paid to retint the fucking windshield, the same stuff.
That's awesome.
Replace the entire headliner because it came from Germany. You know what they gave me to drive? The manager's S-Class.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Imane. Yeah, like, dude, when I got when I had to go drop this off the first time, the dude that I was dealing with for service looked at me and was just like, oh God, okay, this dude sucks. I don't disagree with you. Treated me completely different. Then he sees the car that I'm driving and he was like, yo, do you need a ride somewhere? Like, what can we do for you?
Nice.
So getting back to it with gun dudes, because this is all going to tie into it, is straight up is this gun guys don't understand at that echelon. If you can afford it, you're there to play the game. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, my guns doesn't work. I have 900 other ones, or I'll just go buy one that does work, and maybe I'll send it out, and maybe I'll forget about it, because I'm guilty of this.
Yeah.
I stopped shooting guns at 5,000 rounds.
It is funny. I'm not, in the same class, but I blew up a Wolfman once. And it took, I just forgot about it. I just threw it in the fucking gun box. And I think a year and a half later, I pull it out. I'm like, oh shit. And all my friends were like, you haven't sent that. I'm like, I don't need it. Like, so it is such a funny thing that I think, like you said, is the gun guys are definitely, they buy one thing and that's their entire personality.
Yes, and we need to do the other stuff because we could come back to this because I said this before, this will be a 3-hour podcast because I can rant about this.
Yeah, whatever. That was our intro.
Okay.
So, best intro ever.
Yeah, take it away. Give us some direction.
Yeah,
you got to steer this ship.
We have, obviously, a very special guest today, Mr. Corey Emond, who needs no introduction, even though he just gave himself one, which is dope as fuck.
I got chills listening to your self-sponsorship. I love it.
You're starting to sweat because they turned the AC off in this place.
It could be that too. Yeah. It could be that too.
And Corey, you and I have known each other for, over a decade now, probably. But one of the funniest things that I see all the time is dudes that get pissed off at you who clearly just got introduced to you about 2 minutes ago. And it's always fun watching people get introduced to you. So what I want to do, where I want to start, because I have a feeling you're going to be on this podcast quite a bit.
I hope so.
So we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about all the current events. I want to know who the fuck is Corey Emond.
Okay.
I want to hear your story. So let's go back all the way to the beginning. Where you grew up.
All right. So I'm from Orange County, California, hence why I say dude and everything is tight.
Yep.
So I grew up in Orange County.
Siblings?
I have a sister.
Older?
Younger.
And parents, you like them? They were cool?
Do you have some?
Dude,
Do you have them? Yeah.
My fucking parents, man. I feel so terrible for them. I was probably the best worst case version of a kid possible. So I grew up racing BMX, like very young, race BMX.
What give us an age for this? This is like high school,
no, dude,
middle school?
Pre-middle school,
Sick.
Elementary. Like basically I learned how to ride a bike without training wheels and then went straight to the track.
Yeah. And this is like dirt track BMX.
Yeah. So there was a track in Orange off of Chapman called the Y. And I raced there. I traveled all over the states doing racing BMX competitively.
Sick.
And then I basically found out about hockey, ice hockey, and that kind of just took over my life, right? So
that was in high school or still pre,
dude. Okay. So like middle school, I played hockey, and for the guys who will get this, like I played AA, AAA hockey all the way up until I was 18. And I still rode BMX, and I couldn't really ride BMX as much through high school, through middle school, because if you get hurt, travel hockey is expensive, dude.
Yeah,
I would go to Canada, I would go to all these places to play and go to training camps. And so I've done all this stuff, right? And despite, what the internet thinks, like, oh, you're fat and you're 5'7", like I'm very athletic, which is crazy. I also just got a little bit of money, don't know how to act, and love fucking steak and pizza and powerlifting. So cool.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So BMX hockey kind of just ruled my life. And it's funny that I'm on a podcast talking about guns and my childhood. Growing up, I was not allowed to have guns. I wasn't allowed to play paintball. I wasn't allowed to fucking have an airsoft gun. Anything that was gun related was not allowed.
This was from your parents?
My parents, dude.
Okay.
So my mom had a childhood friend. There was an AD or an ND. I don't really know the story that deep. Someone passed away. No guns. Okay, cool. And then I remember turning 18, and I was still living in California, and I came home one day, and there was a Smith & Wesson catalog on the counter. I was like, yo, whose is this? And my mom's like, oh, we're thinking about getting a gun. I'm like, whoa, okay. This is Orange County. I don't know about this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, you're going to buy a gun? Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. So anyways, I bought a Mossberg 590A1.
You're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. And dude, so it's still 10-day wait period, right? Because I grew up in California and that I don't remember a time for that it wasn't there. And my mom was just like, so you just weren't going to tell us? I was like, yeah, duh. And keep in mind, dude, so...
This was your first gun that you ever bought?
Because I was 18.
You turned 18.
I turned 18, and I bought a 590A1.
Okay.
And then I bought a, like every other asshole, this is pre-Reddit gun dork shit. I had a Mosin Nagant M44.
Love it.
I had a 91. I had a couple of Enfields.
Back up for a second. What even got you interested in this? Like, why did you even go buy a Mossberg? Like, did you have friends that had them? Video games, movies? Like, what was it about it that you were like, I got to do this?
Dude, so being in BMX, like riding BMX, and I was also super into hardcore. So at this time, being 18, so basically my childhood was literally just ride bikes and then fucking play hockey. I stopped playing hockey because if you get hurt, you can't play, right? It was my decision. And I wasn't a fan of school anyways, so I was leaving high school to go to the skate park. So no hockey, fucking skate park time. And this is the other thing which is really funny is like I grew up like pretty low to middle class. Despite what everyone says, I'm not a trust fund.
I say no trust funds.
No trust fund, dude.
People really say that about you?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So, and after this, I'll tell you an interesting person that I met. Fortune 500 fucking CEO. Okay. Conversation is wild. So, yeah, dude, like I dropped out of high school. Straight up. I just didn't go.
What year?
2000.
Sorry, I mean like what like sophomore, freshman, junior?
So,
okay.
or no, senior year. I had like, dude, so this is crazy. So I went to Villa Park High School, which was the school I was supposed to go to. I also went to Canyon High School, which was the sister school. I went to home studies. So you do all your shit at home.
Yeah.
You know what I did? Hung out at the skate park. And I had a car, so I could go to all the far skate parks.
Yeah.
Then I went to continuation school, which is even worse because you have 4 classes and you're out by noon. Well, I was sitting in my home ec class and I straight up told the teacher, this is fucking gay. Nice. Fuck this. I don't need this. Literally, to the T, dude. Because like an hour before that, I got a text in English class from the guy who ran merch at Coachella. It was like, hey, dude, what are you doing in like 2 weeks? I'm like, well, I'm still in class.
And how did you meet him?
I worked at a venue.
Okay.
So all of this whole time, dude, I turned 16, I got a car, and then I was going to Anaheim and I was working at this place called Chain Reaction because a kid that I went to high school with, his dad owned Chain Reaction. 240 person cap building, and we would stuff like 1,000 fucking kids in there. Wow. And all of this ties, right? So BMX, West Coast dude, hardcore. Like I was straight edge at the time. I'm not anymore because I have a nicotine addiction. I love cigars. But I was riding BMX, going to shows. I was working for my grandfather doing tile masonry, which, by the way, I have a full fucking trade that I can fall back on if this doesn't ever work out for me ever again. And I'm athletic, so I'm going to go play semi-pro hockey.
Yeah. With a tile company on the side.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And
You
my
might
tile
make-
company will sponsor my hockey team.
To say, you might make some good money.
Dude, crazy shit, right? But yeah, dude, so like BMX, hockey, hardcore, and I was still playing like pickup hockey here and there, and then I pretty much stopped riding because when I dropped out of high school after telling my home ec teacher to fuck off, I went to admin, I signed myself out, I called my mom and I was like, hey, I signed myself out of high school. She was bummed out. My dad was bummed out, which by the way, my dad, I call him admin, and my mom is Mother Goose. So Goose was pissed. She was so mad at me. There's only one other time that I thought she was going to fucking kill me, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
So Goose didn't talk to me for a week, and my mom or my dad talked her off the ledge and was like, he'll figure it out. So that's pretty much like I left to go work Coachella.
Okay.
And I worked in merch, and I was out there for 3 weeks. And I remember it was Coachella one weekend, Stagecoach second weekend. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to fucking be a carny and work in the music industry.
Yeah.
Well, that entire industry works off of relationships, and if you've only done one gig, no one knows who you are. That summer, I got offered Warped Tour. I got offered Real Big Fish.
Okay.
So I ended up doing Real Big Fish.
Sweet.
Yeah. So during the daytime, I would go work my tile masonry gig with my grandfather and my uncles. And then at night, I would leave, go to Chain, work shows until like 1 a.m, and then do it all over. That's all I did. Imagine being 18 years old and just having access to fucking cash.
Yeah.
And just being like,
Yeah, this is the greatest thing ever.
this is so tight. Like, why?
Why do people go to college?
Dude, you need to have a high school diploma
Yeah.
to work at fucking any of these places.
At Del Taco.
And I make more than you? This is insane. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, luckily for me, like I kind of already had that hustle and like understanding of like there's always something you can do to make money, and construction really did help me with that, right? Because I did construction obviously with tile and masonry, but dude, I was doing really well with that and blew all my money on fucking New Eras and Dunks and shit because that's what was cool in hardcore, and I had like the most insane record collection of shit that no one cares about anymore because hardcore, whatever.
Because it hasn't come back around yet.
It's getting there, dude. The TikTok dorks on hardcore right now are really upset about everything.
It'll get there.
Yeah. So that's pretty much, I just kind of did that, dude, until I, got into touring full time. Like I worked for Real Big Fish during the summer. That summer it was cool. Dude, you want to talk about making fucking cash. I was working for Real Big Fish. I was making $1,200 a week.
Okay.
Plus per diem. So I was getting like $60 a day for per diem, and I'm on Warped Tour. If you never worked a Warped Tour or been to a Warped Tour, you're missing out. There's a lot of culture that gun dudes don't understand. But, dude, I was fucking raking in, but I was making 20%. Nice. So if I sold physical merch, I got 20%. Plus a tip jar. And tip jars work when you bully people. So I've been a bully my whole fucking life, right?
Yeah.
Now I think about it, I never got bullied in high school.
You were the bully.
Nah, dude, I didn't bully anyone. I was cool with everyone.
No,
in high
I can't
school.
see it. Yeah. How many years were you doing this?
I quit touring. Let's see. I did 14 Coachellas. So I did 14 years of Coachella.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. 2000.
This is practically a career at this point.
Dude, in music industry terms, no.
Really?
No, because merch guys are so fucking salty, man. And like, they're all like the guys that have been doing it forever. Those dudes, like, did you hear about Desert Trip? You know about that? Mm-mm. Desert Trip was The Who, Roger Waters, and what's the fucking dork from Beatles?
Lennon? Not Lennon.
Someone should have fucking shot that dude sooner. No, Paul McCartney.
Okay.
Paul McCartney, like this massive festival. They called it fucking Boomerchella. That was terrible. I worked Big Four, which was Slayer, Anthrax, Metallica, and fucking Megadeth.
Nice.
So Metallica, bootleg Metallica, and Slayer. And then that one band that did the that did the song with Public Enemy. You know what I'm talking about? Anthrax?
No.
Really?
No. You're literally no. Dude, I was into John Mayer at this point in
You're
time.
still in.
You're still into John Mayer.
My Metallica days was like 2 days in junior year of high school. I mean, that's about how long that lasted.
I also tend to forget that I have lived so much life just from touring in the music industry
for sure.
that like straight up 14 years of just Coachella is an insane thing. Like my employee number for Golden Voice, which is the company that owns Coachella, which is now owned by AEG, which owns everything, is 419.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I straight at one point told the fucking head of HR, he was like, "Hey, dude, you need to relax." I was like, "Nah, I'm cool, dude. Fucking send me home. I don't care." Like, I had tenure there, dude. I couldn't get fired.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun there, man.
Cool.
Okay, so music industry. I moved to Vegas.
Okay.
And that's kind of, actually, not even.
Yeah,
that's not even
way
true. I
back
passed all
up
of
from
this.
Yeah.
2014. Let's start there, okay? Because I ramble sewed. 2014, I decided I was going to open a gun shop, and Superior Defense happened, and I had a business partner at the time.
What? So hang on. So while you're doing Coachella
Yeah.
and you're in the music industry and everything, you're starting to become like aware of the gun culture / gun industry, or what? Like, what even got you
'Cause
thinking
it's a
like,
pretty
I should
big-
open a gun shop?
It's a pretty big jump from a 590 to FFL.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. And dudes who know who I am know this is how I work. So my apologies. Let's see. I was out on tour with Yo Gabba Gabba, a kid show.
Awesome.
Oh, I remember Yo Gabba.
Oh, it was tight, dude. I made so much fucking money, dude. It was insane. Blew all of it the day I got home on RC cars.
Love it.
And guns. So you remember Rifle Gear? They're still around Texas and Fountain
Yep,
Valley.
yep.
So I was a customer at Rifle Gear. I bought my first AR stag stripped lower because of the OLL, the off list lower thing there. Bought from there because I was still buying guns here and there. I was like, oh shit, I need an AR.
Yeah.
Because big shocker, I joined M4 Carbine before I joined ARFCOM, and that's where all the good information was.
That's
and
right.
it was straight up. We all know this. It's like,
R.I.P.
yeah, right.
I think it's gone now.
These are the handful of companies you need to buy.
Yes.
And I couldn't get Colt. I couldn't get Knights. I could never find a Noveske lower.
Yep.
And do you know my old business partner, Mark Riley? Mm-hmm. So Mark Riley is actually the one who introduced me to fucking Noveske.
Cool.
Yeah, super rad dude.
Yeah.
He's also the one who introduced me to SPRs. So I blame him for that.
Love
There you
it.
go.
And I just went to Rifle Gear a bunch.
Okay.
Their original shop was about as big as this. Then they got a really big shop. I was like, man, I could do this. And at the time, my ex and I was like, okay, I need to do something with my life because I would like to live with my chick. I mean, getting laid often is pretty cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to open a business. This seems like some easy money. Not knowing that coming from the music industry and touring is the easiest form of printing fucking money.
Sure.
So I ended up starting SupDef in 2014. And like I had one AR and a handful of pistols, whatever. Nothing to brag about because California is so strict on how you get pistols. And AR stuff was just kind of already dragging. But I ended up opening Superior Defense as a brick and mortar.
What year was this?
This was 2014.
14. Okay.
So
yeah.
you opened it with a location?
Yeah, I had a physical location.
Wow.
And a lot of guys don't know that, right? Like, oh, you're just...
Oh, I remember the physical location.
Yeah.
All the idiots would show up and take a picture of the door that says like we're only open, what was it, like 1 hour on Fridays or something, and then get all pissed off and leave comments on Instagram like,
That's
fuck
funny.
you, man, this is the worst gun shop ever.
So check this shit out. I'm out on... This is 2011. I'm out on Yo Gabba Gabba. Instagram drops. My ex at the time was like, hey, you should get on this.
Yeah.
So I start my G Troop Corey account. And I was in Reno, Nevada at a coffee shop. And I was like, who the fuck wants to fucking look at pictures that I'm taking? This is stupid. And early Instagram, like gun Instagram, remember fucking Coasty, ex-Coasty?
Yeah.
So all the real early Instagram gun guys, I just happened to see a gun post. I was like, yo, I'm going to post pictures of guns. This is, oh, okay, now I get it. This is my life.
Yeah, this is actually like a big deal back then because this was way before Instagram had an algorithm.
Yep.
So the only shit that it showed you was stuff you followed.
people-
Okay.
And then the other thing is they had this like whole explore thing that would before they have the explore thing now, but this was like when you signed up, it would suggest who you follow.
Oh, okay.
So like half the dudes that are like big on Instagram now and like gun Instagram, they got that way because
yeah.
Instagram would just suggest them because of people. It's the same shit that happened with YouTube. It's like it's
just
cool
a
shit.
a snowball.
So, yeah, it
Yeah.
snowballs until Instagram's like, oh fuck, if we let this go, everyone's just gonna follow gun stuff.
Yeah.
We better make an algorithm
Yes.
so that people don't see this shit.
And straight up, dude, I'm guilty of my following on my personal on G Troop Corey because very early Instagram, I was posting gun stuff.
Yeah.
And the big push that happened came with opening the shop because I was a dude in California and I had silencers, right? And when I opened SupDef, I carried a lot of that over. Pre Instagram, there was a really big firearms community on Tumblr,
I remember
which
that.
they called Gumbler.
That's funny.
I was really big on Tumblr, so I've been blogging.
Tumblr was dope as fuck.
It
back in the
was
day. It was so good.
Pre Yahoo purchasing.
Yeah, oh
it
yeah,
was
way
real
pre
fucking
Yahoo.
cool.
Yeah, I still got the original Tiny Chrome username from that, like 2008, 2009 maybe.
Do you remember what my original Tumblr was?
No, I don't.
Tac X Life.
Okay.
Yep. So I had this. I bought my URL, did all the things,
Yeah.
had it, made stickers. So, dude, I've been making merch for a long time, and it's just goofy because I carried all of that over into Superior Defense and just branded Superior Defense the way it was. And my initial goal with SupDef, which was pre-port side, all the boutique gun shops.
Yeah.
My gun shop was boutique by force.
by never being open.
Dude, I could not. I started Superior Defense brick and mortar with $15,000.
Yeah. And you've talked about this a little bit, that you need $1 million in the bank to run a successful gun store or whatever.
You want to make $2 million? Start with $3 million. So, and like being in California too, dude, you got to remember, like, because of the regulations at the state level, plus the city and the county, and then federal. Like, whenever people talk about gun laws, I'm like, oh, cool, dude.
Yeah.
You don't know about city ordinance being laws too.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, so I started with 15 grand there. And the reason why my shop was the size it was is because I split 1,000 square foot fucking spot with my boy Craig because he was building a truck. So I had enough space to work on guns, and like about this size was my shop space. My boy Jason Weber, ATR, shout out to fucking At the Risers. Dude, he needed a place to park his fucking his knucklehead. So I just had this knucklehead in the front of my shop leaking oil everywhere.
Nice.
But it was cool to me, right? So I was like, yo, I like choppers. Like, I'll have this dude's bike in here. And then it was, oh, Black Powder Red Earth shit's fucking cool. I got Black Powder Red Earth fucking art hanging on the walls. Dipset bat. So like, I've always been a very, very weirdo, creative music industry guy, and liked what I liked. I'm still that guy. And I just was like, yeah, this is the spot to hang. Because going to gun shops sucks.
Yeah.
Going to skate shops was tight. I remember, dude, I would go to a place in Huntington called fucking Epic Ride Shop. And they, every Friday, they had a shitbox projector, big screen that you couldn't even watch shit on, but they threw viewing parties, and you would watch every BMX video there every Friday night.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And then have 200 kids show up.
Yeah.
So I just took that over to SupDef, and I was like, yo, this is how I want to hang out. And it worked out for us. And it got to the point to where I was like, fuck, dude, I can't compete with Turners. I can't compete with rifle gear. Like, I'm making $40 on fucking Gen 3 Glocks. Yeah. You have to have 200 of them in stock for it to make sense. I reached out to Knights, and I got a Knights account.
Crazy.
And you know how this works with territories. Rifle gear in California could not carry Knights armament because of me.
That's so funny. Nice. I've been in that position on the rifle gear side, and it pisses me off.
Dude, and like, I couldn't afford to pay rent. Like, SupDef as a gun shop, complete failure. So terrible, dude. Do not ever start a gun shop unless you got deep pockets, real good investments, and a homeboy with a lot of relationships. And you know this. So SupDef was like failing, and I literally bought a clothing company from my buddy I own a screen print shop with him, and it was called MOA Clothing.
Okay.
And his run during Obama getting first election was sponsored ad on ARFCOM, and he was just selling the absolute worst boomer gun merch, and he was making bread, dude.
Wow.
Do you ever see the shirts that say like "Go Green" with the green tip?
No.
Oh, dude.
That type of quality.
Dude,
yeah, that's
bad.
so funny.
Remember the Legalize It 240? Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I bought this dude's inventory.
Okay.
Made on Instagram. The worst shit ever, because I know nothing about marketing.
Yeah.
Or how to use
Apparently.
a camera.
I was to say, that's a funny
And like,
statement.
dude, very early on, right?
Yeah, everybody clip that. I know nothing about marketing.
Absolutely not. I have no influence in this space, by the way. And I sold all these shirts for like $10 a piece, and that's how I paid my rent for SupDef for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
So this was
selling
still in Orange.
Yeah, still in Orange, dude. Yeah. And then I decided to close SupDef because it just wasn't fucking doing anything, and I went back to touring. Because owning a gun shop.
I did not know this. I did not know that you went back to touring before you came to Vegas.
Yeah, dude. I toured. I moved to Vegas in 2018.
Okay.
And I still had an FFL in California. And when I moved out there, I gave it up. At some point in between me moving to Vegas, I meet Mike Allen, which shout out to fucking Mike Allen. He's one of the best dudes ever. He's taught me so much, and I owe that dude everything in this space. Like anything firearms related, that's the dude that I owe.
How did you and Mike meet originally?
So there's a dude, his name is Matt Lingo.
Yep.
He is a photographer, if you don't know who he is. Yep. If you follow him now, he only posts like really gay 3D fucking AI shit.
That's one way of putting it. I'm like blown away every time I see it. Like, what the hell are you doing, man? It's like fucking crazy.
You have to remember that Matt Lingo was the photographer DC for a long time.
Okay. And that's where Mike was at the time, right?
Yeah, so Mike was working at DC way before I met him, and our paths had crossed, at least creatively, to where I saw some stuff that he had put out before, and I had no idea. Do you remember a dude named Johnny Primo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And his connection to 300 Blackout?
Yes. He was like the special forces dude that like had one of the first like AAC uppers in theater, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually have met this dude and talked to him a handful of times because he lives at the gym I lift at.
Nice.
Super random, dude.
That's random.
Years later. So Mike Allen ends up in the gun world. He ends up at Sanserco.
Yeah.
He was there. He's responsible for Johnny Drone Hunter. He's responsible for all this other crazy stuff that I won't give away because people in this space don't deserve that information.
Yeah.
I mean that 1000%. I hate you lazy marketing guys with no creativity, with no hobbies. So
they're watching at home.
Yeah,
write this down.
Yeah. But Mike came from action sports. I was into that. I meet him through Matt Lingo. So Matt Lingo is fucking what's his nuts? My idiot business partner,
TJ?
Mark Riley.
Oh, Mark at this time. Okay, yeah.
So Mark Riley's from San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Him and I, we know each other through hardcore. And
Mark knew Matt. That was the connection.
yeah, dude.
Okay.
Also, I know Mark Riley from B9 board. I don't know if you know what that is.
Nope.
Oh man, all these dudes are gonna be looking. What's the Niner?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Dead Juggalo, baby?
Nope.
All right, I'll get to that.
Okay.
So I meet Mark Riley through hardcore, whatever, and then essentially it turns into we open Superior Defense, we do all this shit, whatever, and then he introduces me to Matt, and Matt comes up and had some guns sent from Noveski, and I was like, oh, dude, I've never had Noveski shit in here outside of your gun, and we ended up chatting, and he's like, dude, what are you doing this weekend? I don't know, nothing. He's like, yo, I got a bunch of SEAL guys. I'm like, okay. He's like, I need these guns for photos. If you come down, we're gonna go camp. Then proceeds to take me on the absolute worst goddamn fucking camping trip I've ever been on in my entire life. Ends up being there's a handful of like Team 3 and Team 5 guys. 3/4 of them left because the conditions were so shitty. Dude, it is raining sideways. It's raining sideways and it's so windy that there's dust. So we know how shitty this is. We scale the side of this fucking mountain and we have to crawl through this hole to sleep in this cave. It was terrible, dude.
Were you guys just doing this to camp or was Matt doing like photos or
Photo
something?
for Noveski.
Okay.
And that's how I meet Mike.
Gotcha.
And then Mike and I clicked.
Was Mike already at Noveski at this point?
He was at Noveski.
Okay.
So he had been at Sanserco previously, and then he left Sanserco, and then he was at Noveski.
Yeah.
So if you ever have him on your podcast, just cut all this out.
We're hoping literally like in a week and a half.
Okay, we'll cut all this out.
No.
So I meet Mike, and then he's super into what SupDef is at this point because he relates to it, right?
And he has good taste.
Let's be real here.
Let's be real.
Yeah, and then dude, like we just started working on stuff together.
Cool.
Dude, and then there was this crazy situation. And like, dude, nothing really changes in this time period. Like, I didn't even make SupDef shirts for a while. I just kind of existed. And there was a panic buy for California. This was when Clinton was going to get in, right? So what is that, 14? 16? I don't follow politics.
Yeah, it would have been 14.
Right.
So...
Or 16.
16. So Clinton's going to get in.
Yeah.
And everyone's tripping. California is already bringing in new gun laws for new registration stuff. And I called Mike and I was like, yo, how many lures do you have? Sell all of them to me right now. And that's how I got into Noveski's good graces, because I was shooting some stuff for Noveski and I sold a shit ton. Like, yo, what is there that's for sale? I don't care if it's been shot. I will take everything and I will sell it.
If it's not nailed down, send it.
Yeah, and like early me business practices of like selling shit and not remembering that there's credit card processing fees and being like, yo, how did we just do like $400,000 and I have $12 left? What the fuck?
The banks.
Welcome to the gun industry.
Exactly. The banks make it out. Yeah.
Oh, you mean what is it called? High risk credit card processing.
Yes.
I dealt with that this morning, by the way, before I left.
payment processing is, and that's things that people don't see.
Oh, they don't get it.
They don't get
dude.
the cost of real business.
Wait, what do you mean credit card processing is 8%? That's insane. Oh, and you're capped at what? Oh, fuckers. Stupid. Oh, the bank you use doesn't have an app? Oh, weird.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get screwed on it this year. I think I'm gonna hit the next tier. So we'll see how that goes. See if
Are they going
bend
to
me
lower your
over.
percentage?
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, that's kind of how I met Mike, through Matt Lingo. And then Matt and I had worked a bunch. He helped. He really is the one who got me into photography. And he's the guy that kind of... Actually, he taught me how to shoot photo. And I don't consider myself a photographer whatsoever. I'm just an asshole with a camera, or a lot of cameras, which you know.
Yep.
GAS, gear acquisition syndrome.
Yep.
But yeah, between Matt and Mike, just had that door open and I took it.
Yeah, this was like the golden age of Noveski when the three of you were kind of, owning the space in terms of marketing for that entire, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of people that know Noveski as it is today. Mm-hmm. This is just what's weird about these companies is people don't understand that they've gone through like eras
100%
that they've been in. And I mean, this is a high point of when I'm living in Oregon. So like I kind of get into Noveski right after John passed away, and
He was killed by Indians.
yes, 100%. Yeah, the conspiracy theories in Oregon are just unbelievable. I happen to be buddies with one of the state troopers that was like responding to, so I know very well what the fuck happened. And when you read all this shit on the internet, it's unbelievable.
SSRIs.
It's unbelievable.
The government.
I mean, I'm not going to talk on that.
Yeah. Anyway,
I might have an NDA still with them. I don't know.
there you go.
But dude, that era of Noveski, right? Like,
It was really fun.
it was, dude. I had a lot of fun with Mike and Matt, and we shot a lot of good content. Gen 3 was popping. Dude, I mean, I shot a lot of the R&D and a lot of the marketing stuff for the Ghetto Blaster.
Yep.
And that
that.
was a really good time.
It's iconic.
Yeah. So
I remember Mike getting raked over the coals for that being some sort of like racist thing from all these idiots that
it was
didn't understand what it was.
anti-Semitic is what it was. Yeah.
Stupid.
But dude, pretty much any time between I moved to, basically I was in California, I shut down SupDef. It sucked. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like I ate shit a long time. I ate shit with SupDef for about a decade. And I say that, well, I mean 2020 was cool. Or wait, when was COVID?
Yeah,
2021.
2019, 2020, something like that. Yeah.
So, dude, COVID really was a big boom for SupDef. It was a really big boom for anyone that had any type of e-com. And in that time period, like before then, with SupDef, like I'll say this for Orange, like, dude, I released lowers. And this is probably the first time I'm ever going to say this on camera, which, guys will probably be stoked or they'll just be like, man, you're a bitch. But I made lowers. I made 50 SupDef lowers that are marked Orange, California. I sold 25 to homies. I sold 25 to retail.
These were the Gen 1 pattern ones,
Yeah,
not
Gen 1.
the Gen 3 ones that you did. Okay.
So the Gen 1 pattern ones I made, and I could only afford to make 50. So I made 50 of them. I sold them at $180 because that's what Noveski fucking charged, right?
Yeah.
Like, steal from the gods, not the peasants. Marketing guys, go ahead, write that down. So Noveski sold their shit for $180. I sold $180 lowers, right? I sold 25 to homies, 25 to ecom. And since then, I think I've bought back 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm kind of on a mission to buy all of them
All
back.
of them back.
Yeah, and typically whenever I sell like cool shit like that I think is cool, I tell guys like, hey, this needs to come back to me. Like, if you need money, you want $2,000 for this stupid lower, I'll give you $2,000 for the fucking lower.
So that's something that I think is funny in terms of like people like you who create so many things. I'm so not nostalgic, I guess, but like anytime I create items or see items, I'm like, we have to keep at least one.
You need archive.
I agree, and I think that's
100% you
so
need
fun.
archive.
I think it's so cool because again, it shows your history as a company.
Yeah.
So yes, that is super cool.
Dude, like I have one of every shirt I've ever produced.
Yeah.
I have obviously all the lowers, uppers, pre-production stuff, samples for literally everything. All the bags, I have everything.
I remember you doing the lowers and stuff when you were in Orange, but did you start spinning up merch while you were there too? Or was that after you went to Vegas?
So I was doing merch there. So I did the...
Oh, that's right, because you had the shirts.
I did the Orange City Seal shirt.
Right.
And then I did... The first piece of merch I did was box logo flip.
When you did that, and I assume they sold well, were you did that kind of like spark the light bulb in your head, like, oh fuck, maybe this is a direction?
So you're ready for this? And I give I give a ton of credit to Mike, but I also give a lot of credit to TJ. So my business partner TJ, he was another merch guy. He worked in the music industry as well, and I met him through Coachella. And how we clicked is we were watching Magpul Dynamics videos. Like that was still popping at that time period, right?
Videos.
So we were watching because he was a gun dude.
Yeah.
If you're in the music industry, you don't talk about politics, which I don't do anyways.
I remember trading those videos on DVD.
Yes.
Oh, really?
This is like pre-YouTube, man. So
Yeah,
those
it's so
things are-
funny.
If you had a copy of those on DVD, you were like fucking in the game.
You were crushing.
Yeah.
So, dude, I had bootleg copies of them.
Nice.
And I was at Coachella and I was watching Magpul Dynamic videos, and that's how I met TJ. And he was there from the beginning when I started.
What year is this, by the way, that you meet TJ?
13?
Okay. And he was living in Texas at the time? Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Speaking of the devil, Mike Allen, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Michael, you're on speaker, but I'm filming a podcast with JB.
Oh, sick.
I'm gonna call you back. I'm literally
podcast that you're hopefully going to be on.
Yeah, you need to
on
come
the
down here.
21st.
No,
No,
we're
we're going
going
up
to
to
him.
him. We're
Are you going
to-
up there?
We're going to try. Yeah.
I'm literally just talking about how you're the fucking coolest person on the planet, dude.
Wait, do you know this is Mike Allen?
You're like, oh shit, wrong mic. Sorry. I'll call you back later.
Yeah.
Hey, click.
Hey, let me hit you
I'll
after.
let you get. I'll let you get back to it.
Later.
Say hi to JB for me. All right.
Hey, dude.
I'm on the rotation for the call on the ride home.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So if anyone ever wondered what my relationship with Mike is, I talk to that dude every day.
Nice.
Yeah. So TJ was actually the one who was like, dude, just fucking do pre-orders.
Yeah.
Tell people it's going to take 6 weeks. You'll get your shit. If you have a problem, I'll refund you. And since then, obviously now with House Party, like we've honed that so well, but TJ is the reason why SupDef does pre-orders.
And just to explain this for everybody who's not really familiar with this, the pre-order game, at least from what I've witnessed, is kind of a good way for dudes that are trying to start a brand to get into it with little to no capital.
Yeah.
This is basically like, you don't have to know what sizes people are going to order up front, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, do your thing, build the hype on it, and then order it after money comes in.
Absolutely. So, and the pre-order game has been around for a long time. It's not just Hypebeast gun merch.
Yeah.
Fucking nerds. It's literally
No, Corey, you are the supreme of the gun industry. Haven't we covered this yet?
bro.
Sultan.
Fuck Supreme. We're
good.
about fucking Hermes.
Hermes.
Hey, let's go. So basically, the way that it works, and this is we're gonna roll right into fucking marketing concepts here, and just general merch business, dude. Like bands have been doing this forever, but you do pre-orders so you understand what your audience is. You know your sizing. You can figure out a few things, and then you can do projections, right? So for me, I would do pre-orders as a money grab.
Yeah.
Because I had rent to fucking pay. Let's be real, dude. Because I had a shop space.
Yeah.
And selling guns is stupid. You make 20%, if that. Well, I did pre-orders. The dude, my boy Brian, owned the screen print shop, which was around the corner, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. So I just went over there, grabbed it, and then shipped shit out. Well, the pre-order was the best way to get people what they wanted. As it progressed, right, obviously with Superior Defense's model, it really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Or I'm like, man, I'm going to make 100 of these. Fuck all of you guys.
Yeah. And do a drop.
Yeah, and then I'll release it in another color, right? So that's kind of how I just kept running it. And I'm just kidding, not fuck all you guys. I love all of you. Thank you so much. But no, for real. Like, it was doing pre-orders is making sure that everyone got something. And then there was this really crazy switch to where I can tell you exactly how it happened. I had a buddy who I raced RC drift cars and scale rock crawlers with, and he was super into the shit I was doing. What he was doing is he was going on during pre-orders, buying size runs of shit,
Nice.
pre all the Facebook groups,
Throwing
and-
them on eBay or something.
Bro, throwing it on eBay or being in the comment section, like, hey, I have one of these.
Fucking love it.
This fucking asshole.
Love it.
This fucking asshole was selling t-shirts for $100. I
love it.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
When I moved to Vegas, and
The SupDef secondary market. This dude started it.
Yes.
100%, dude. And that's the other shit too, is because he's a Korean cat, so he knows about buying all the drop shit pre, right? And randomly he was selling Supreme before this.
Unrelated.
Not related. So this guy would straight up buy this stuff and flip it. I've never had bots on my stuff, by the way, because I have all the bot shit, right? I was early on to that.
Yeah.
But dude, that's what he would buy a size run of stuff and sell it. Dude, when bags dropped, this guy was selling bags for $1,000 fucking dollars.
Jeez.
Wow.
Like, more power to him, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, I guess I will crown myself on that. I'll take that claim that I started all of this.
No, I mean, I would say you did. I think the thing that was interesting to me about it at the time, so when I was living in California, I was getting deep into like streetwear, techwear, like all this kind of stuff. And the thing that was kind of funny at the time was there was literally no crossover between any of that shit and the gun world. And so you had all this stuff, you know, that hit my design senses that was like, this is cool. I'm into this shit. I love this. I also like guns, but everything is lame. Like,
100%.
What are you going to do? Wear like a Smith & Wesson jersey? There was absolutely no culture to it whatsoever. Any way to say like, you know, hey, I enjoy this as a hobby without it being like, you know, look at my dork like Glock Perfection t-shirt or something. Like,
which by the way now are trendy and super
sure.
hip.
Well, yeah, because they're vintage now.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's really interesting that you kind of hit it off right at a time where this literally didn't exist. I know there is like, I mean, fuck, you can't open Instagram without 50 brands showing up nowadays that are, you know, trying to do that thing. But you really were kind of the very beginning of this whole thing of, you know, I don't even know how to classify it. It's like the gun culture without being the dorky, you know, like cult t-shirt,
or political or cringe.
Yeah, there's
boomer.
another angle that was
said
like
it,
huge
boomer.
at the time. Yeah.
Well, really what it is, dude, and we kind of already got off topic, but here it goes. Like, the reality of gun culture at that time was literally just posting pictures of your guns. If you looked at a lot of the big Instagrams, 14, 15, it was all repost pages. It was dudes who were taking
I remember those
photos from ARFCOM or wherever, and you remember the photo. It was a fucking AR on a fence.
Yeah. I remember those specifically because Eric Pravat, who was a big influence in my life in terms of how to take good photos, him and I would both get ripped off for our clone photos and like put on these repost account, and like all of a sudden they would have like 100,000 followers or something. Eric went on like a massive tirade against these repost accounts at one point.
Right.
It was great. It was good stuff.
But dude, the culture, and I say culture because I know dudes like Lucas Bakken. When you see this, motherfucker, you can text me. You have my number. But no, dude, like, the culture didn't exist, right? The creative in this space was at the fucking ground, man.
And not to tie everything back to Mike, but this is also credit to where Mike came from, is that he had been in like the skate industry and the apparel industry and everything. So this is like one of those funny things that, again, when I talk about that era of Noveski, it's like the whole thing that he brought to that was being into other shit. Like, that was so rare at the time. It's like all these gun companies were hiring executives that were like, well, I was the previous CEO of CZ or some bullshit.
But what's funny is it's still rare for other people, or for people to be into other shit.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's something that I agree. Like, you were the one that said that. Be into other things. And
you know what else I also said? Be able to make your girl finish with your fingers, and guys don't like that either.
Oh boy!
So
we just officially got kicked off YouTube.
They hate him because he spoke the truth.
But the truth is, dude, as corny as it's gonna fucking sound, man, it's lifestyle.
Yeah.
If companies like Red Bull exist, to where you have a lifestyle sponsorship, which comes from surfing, skate, BMX, you mean to tell me that these dudes are getting paid to do shit that they like, right?
Yeah.
Now that's just called being an influencer. In the gun space, previously to gun influencers, which are Leviathan Group guys, whatever, which, by the way, I've not ever been paid to fucking influence anything. I'm just very, very overly like critical about fucking everything for a lot of reasons, and we can talk about that later, but it was lifestyle. And I still catch heat about this to where guys are like, oh, bro, you're a C-class shooter. Yeah, motherfucker, I don't shoot pistols. Who cares? USPSA is dork shit. If I want to go shoot pistols, I'll do it. And until then, I don't care.
I've seen you shoot some competitive stuff that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Dude, look, I'm a terrible shooter. I don't own any guns. I don't shoot them. They're all for photos and clout chasing. But dude, it's lifestyle, man. Like, I moved to Vegas. When I moved to Vegas in 18, I literally was still touring. And I remember I was out with Disclosure.
Okay.
So if you're not into fucking house music, or sorry, UK garage, you should get into that. I was out with this Disclosure, and I just remember I was like, man, I need to go take a bunch of photos before I leave so I can be gone for 3 months and still kind of keep up with SupDef. And I really didn't do anything with it. And I remember before I left, I had like a whole bunch of photos. And I just did it to keep Superior Defense like kind of relevant because I wasn't really doing anything. And Spiritus, fucking Adam, shout out to Adam Holroyd, Spiritus Systems, posted stickers. And they were box logo stickers. And I remember thinking to myself, so not current iteration, but like 2018-19 iteration of Superior Defense, you can thank Adam from Spiritus for forcing me to be like, fuck this dude. What does this dude in North Carolina know about skateboarding?
Yeah.
Because he posted a fucking box logo and then released a longboard. I love Adam. I love you, Adam. You're my boy. I will fucking say this shit to your face because I've already done it. A fucking longboard. That's the core. And this goes back to the lifestyle shit of dudes not understanding
The subculture.
You don't
That's an
understand
East Coast thing.
dude. What, longboards?
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's an East Coast thing to not understand and do it the opposite way.
That's absolutely not true because I will start talking about James Granger.
Okay.
Yeah. Who has been buying my stuff since day one, same situation as you.
Yeah.
He owned a surf shop, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, this is surf BMX. Like, I'm super in.
Doesn't he live on the East Coast now?
Yeah, he moved back to South Carolina.
Yeah, that's why.
But he knew what was cool. So he's been buying SupDef since maybe 16, 17.
Okay.
But Adam is the reason why I got into it because like I can do this better. This is so dumb. I hate this. Everything about this, dude. Culture vulture. Dude, you're a culture vulture. Come on. So I ended up firing up SupDef, dude, and that's how we got Wahoo. Again. I was the first person to put fucking nods on a character.
The Wahoo thing was post Vegas move. For some reason I thought it was pre back in California.
It may have been pre, but yeah, dude, I had my homie draw this thing up and we sold a couple here and there.
Yeah.
I didn't even own night vision when I did that, dude. So, oh man, I just outed myself as being the meme, right? Don't even have night vision.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember Day Noodles, that Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah. So I definitely didn't own night vision when I made that shirt, and we just kind of ran it whatever. Then I changed the color and I brought it back, and then it blew up, dude. So between Bags and Wahoo is kind of, plus Adam making me mad, which he does a lot actually still, is how we got SupDef to where it is now.
And you were already doing bags at this time, like you had started them?
No, dude. So I met a guy who was in California who can make bags.
Okay.
Because he was already making bags.
At GWA?
Yeah. So shout out to that dude. And I was like, hey man, like I want to make these bags. This is kind of my idea. So he told me the number, and I remember the minimum was like 75 bags.
Ouch.
Bro.
That's rough.
Bro, you want to talk about fucking manufacturing.
Yeah, that's rough.
I remember pre-selling fixed quantity is how I used to do those bags. I made 75 of them. I was in the shower, and I told my chick at the time, I was like, no one's going to pay $175 for this bag.
And then JB bought 10 of them.
Yes. Right? And I sold 35 of them to the homies at, a little over cost.
Yeah.
And then dudes were like, yo, I need these. My one homie sold his for $1,000, and then it just kind of took off a little bit. And at that time, it was kind of the golden era for U.S. manufacturing for camos because you can still get M81 from Brookwood. DCU, why I ran DCU, no one ever made DCU. That was I loved it. So I was buying DCU from Brookwood. I was, making bags and then collabing with GWA. And it kind of got to the point to where I was like getting bootlegged by a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember that.
And fast forward to what, fucking 3 or 4 years ago, I started Overpass.
Yep.
Because the reality is, as much as I love making bags in the US, it is so complicated. US manufacturing is fucking terrible. Dudes don't care about berry compliance. I'm not selling to the government. So if you're a government dude and you want to buy some bags, I can make you full fucking berry compliant shit to whatever you want. Let's do it. I will give you the greatest price on the goddamn planet because I just want to say I've sold to the military. And then I kind of slowed down on bags because it's too much of a hassle, dude. You're out 30, 40 fucking grand and you don't get shit for fucking 9 weeks. And that's if Brookwood or whoever doesn't have
If
material.
everything goes right. You're
Wait, you mean to tell me the government needs something? Guess what? We don't have this material.
Yeah.
And that's why we lost Arid.
And so that's when I had found you, is right around the blue Wahoo sweaters.
Yeah.
I had bought some of those. And then I got an M81 waist bin.
Nice.
So those were my first.
You still have that?
I do. And I got a bird bag.
I
got a bird bag.
I think I need that waist bin. I'll have to find something to trade you for it.
You need a waist bin?
Well, I have a black one, and I have Eric's Arid one, but I do not have an M80 one.
I might
And
have
so,
one for you.
yes, it's kind of funny because
I'll tell you what I don't have that really pisses me off is I don't have a black ballistic one, and that
black
really,
ballistic waist bin.
that really upsets me.
You know who has the only black waist bin?
I have a black one. I just don't have one out
You
of.
have an auto bag. Or a trash bag.
No, I have a waist bin. I'll go get it for
There's
you
no
right
shot.
now.
I don't remember making that.
I literally have it. You sold them at the exact same time that you sold the M81 ones.
All right, you're going to have to show
I'll go
me.
get it. It's literally, it's sitting like 20 feet away from us right now.
Well, we're done. Show this thing to
Okay.
me because I don't remember this.
But it's kind of fun because I'm younger in the gun space.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 28. So I turned
know, dude.
18 in 2016.
It's a pretty common subject on this podcast that I'm the old. I'm older than you.
You're like
for sure.
fucking 70.
I'm 43.
Oh, I'm not that much younger than you.
Yeah, you're coming up on me, but yeah, this guy over here is in his 20s.
So it's funny
Unbelievable.
because, like I said, seriously, I mean, I was getting into guns right around the time that all this stuff popped off. It's the same thing. I'm like, felt crazy buying this bag. And
crazy.
I fucking love this bag. I have this bag still.
What? Okay, so let me ask you this, and this is kind of like for my own knowledge, right? Like, what actually drew you to SupDef?
I think it's the same way, like talking about culture and you can tell that somebody cares about their brand, things like that. What's funny is I was living in northern Utah, so it was actually Gallinson's that I had seen SupDef stickers at his shop, and so that's kind of how I made the connection.
Was Tim carrying your stuff back
No,
then?
I think just friends, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I love Tim.
Tim
Good
is
dude.
great.
Great dude. That back room is insane.
I've never been invited. Tim, please invite me to your back room. I was talking to Tim today.
You know what's crazy?
Are you talking about the back room with all the old guns and stuff?
Just leaned up against the wall.
Well, there's some other stuff in there that's very interesting, and I won't talk about it. You should have Tim on the podcast.
Well, that's a great idea.
Tim promised at one point that like 90% of that back room was going to end up on Infinite Armory. We haven't made it happen yet.
Let's open that
we
conversation
need to.
again.
I owe Tim a phone call. We have a project. Tim, I am so sorry, dude. Clip this and send it to him. Tim, I am so sorry. I have autism and OCD, and I just do this. But no, dude.
Undiagnosed.
Dude, no, it's diagnosed.
Unmedicated.
Unmedicated. I'll tell you my autism shit. This is fucking hilarious too. So Tim's back room has a lot of history in it. Mm-hmm. So I meet Tim through Mike Allen, right? I'm going to Salt Lake. And at one point, Tim thought it was really funny just to randomly send me high points.
Nice.
So
With evidence tags on them.
I think I have one of those. But dude, at one point, like when I moved to Vegas, I had a pool at the house I was renting, and there was a High Point 45 in the bottom of the pool for 3 months. I thought it was the funniest shit ever. Do you remember when the gray DEFCONs came out? The low tops, the gray ones?
Yep.
Not the LBT ones.
Yeah, no, I remember this.
So the gray ones came out, and I shot photos of them in my pool, and people were fucking pissed.
Nice.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
No, dude. So like, I ended up just, I don't know where I was stopped at. Start another question.
We were at the move to Vegas.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
so,
dude.
So you get to Vegas.
Yeah.
At this point, TJ has not moved to Vegas yet.
Not yet, dude.
Okay. So you are working with TJ at this point, but just kind of remote.
Yeah, so he lived in Texas, and at the time he had a merch company called Mr. Merch, and he had another business partner, and he was living in Dallas. So I would, like, whenever I was on tour, I would stop in Dallas, hang out with him, whatever.
But his merch company at this point was purely focused on music stuff.
Music industry. Yeah. And then he was making merch for Run the Jewels.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Nope.
Do you know who that is? Okay. Shout to Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, baby.
Fucking love Killer Mike. That's my boy.
Has Run the Jewels ever opened for John Mayer?
No.
Yeah. I have no idea who you're talking about.
They call it Nerd Rap, but it's ELP.
Okay.
And then fucking Killer Mike. Killer Mike was very, very large. He still is very large.
Yeah, Killer Mike sounds familiar.
In Atlanta, he was on a bunch of fucking Outkast records.
Okay.
Super big gun dude. He's got a lot of controversial opinions that are all race derivative. You should watch his shit. It's real. It's great.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's great.
And then, I just remember COVID hit, and I was sitting at my table eating fucking Fruit Loops because I'm a piece of shit. And I had brought this idea to TJ before, and I was like, dude, we should start a merch company. We're both merch guys.
Yeah.
Like, and this is like literally pre-COVID, and I was like, dude, Dead Air needs a merch company. Like, they asked me if I can help them with t-shirts because one of the dudes there knew me. And I was like, yeah, dude, I got that. I don't know how to fucking make merch, dude. The only guy I know is TJ or my screen print buddy. And he's, a fucking wholesaler. He's a manufacturer. He's not going to want to do this. So I hit him up and he was like, yeah, I'm not really into it. I'm like, okay. Because he was still touring. And whenever COVID hit, he was supposed to go out with Rolling Stones. And I was like, oh, pause. He was supposed to go out with Rolling Stones, and I was working for Lady Gaga.
Okay.
So I was working for Lady Gaga
So funny,
and doing
dude.
merch for her, and he was supposed to go out with Rolling Stones. COVID hits, and I'm sitting around doing fucking nothing but shooting guns, which, by the way, at this point, I was shooting 20,000 rounds of 5.56 and about 10,000 rounds of 9mm a month because I had nothing else going on, and I had a plug, and I was getting fucking ammo, cost. So that's all I did. And TJ hits me. He's like, dude, let's do the merch company. I'm like, all right. Give me fucking 10 minutes. I'll have a name. And I had my iPad in front of me, and I fucking drew the House Party typeface, and I drew this shitty house, which looks like everyone else, your kid's shitty house. And I sent it to him. And at that time, me, Eric Pravat, Smith from Fear Tomorrow, couple other dudes, we were playing Call of Duty every night because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember being pissed that you guys were already squatted up. And I was slumming it with my Ben friends at the time.
Dude, deep. So we would
This was like Verdansk era.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah. And then we just RPG'd everyone. It was tight. But no, dude, like, I sent this to him. He sends back a mock-up for House Party. And I had some motion with SupDef moving. And I was like, yo, no one in their right mind as a merch company would ever try and be a brand. That's not a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the music industry, for merch companies, you have Bravado, Red Star, like all these companies. Dude, Bravado has the licensing for fucking everyone. Literally everyone. Manhead's another one. Like, they do Alice in Chains. They do all these crazy bands, and they do, cool numbers, whatever. But the way that the merch industry works is everything is either... God damn, dude, I should have trimmed my mustache.
Oh, you're fine.
The way the merch industry works is everything is percentage based or licensing. And we kind of took our approach for that once this happened. So we signed all these documentation, and I was like, cool, dude, let's get e-com up. And I sold House Party shirts, and the marketing behind it was like, yo, no party's worth a fuck until you show up late. So I put the release out at 10 p.m. on a fucking Friday night.
Nice.
And I opened it at 10:15. People were so fucking mad.
That's
like,
great.
dude, like the East Coast guys. And it's I thought it was funny. Obviously, it's the worst way to run a business.
Sure.
Very early shit that I was doing with House Party, but it worked out. It was cool, man. And House Party as a brand, as a company, has been very, very good. We make a lot of stuff for a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, you guys are kind of the quiet mover behind a lot of the brands that people are not really aware of, like that you guys are doing it.
By the way, your dog's tight.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I like him.
You hear that, Lloyd?
Yeah, so House Party, dude, just kind of popped off, and that gave me that avenue to have the ability to run Superior Defense. I do a lot of consulting for people and just kind of help people with brands. And
at some point, you're talking with TJ about this. It's kicking off, and you're like, come out to Vegas?
Dude, so TJ lived in Ontario in California, and I lived in Orange. And if you know anything about Southern California, you know that it is a 45-minute drive with no traffic, or it is 2 hours with traffic. Dude lived 36 miles from me. I saw him more when he lived in Ontario, when I moved to Vegas, than I did when he lived in Orange County, or in 36 miles away.
Yeah.
So he's like, dude, I'm gonna move. No, he moved to Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
And then he was like, dude, I'm gonna move to Vegas. I'm like, all right, fucking come out, dude. So we get a 1,600 square foot office. First thing we did was put in weights, lifted, built a platform, lifted more weights, and then our first client was 176. It wasn't even SupDef, dude. Like, that's funny. Yeah, dude.
You didn't even know your
Yeah, dude. So we've been doing forward.
Yeah,
since he was like our second customer.
Started pretty much, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because the forward thing happened right at the time of House Party, because he had already started. He moved to Vegas and he DMs me, and I remember he had like 1,100 followers, and he was like, "Dude, I just moved to Vegas. Let's shoot. Let's meet up. I want to make t-shirts."
He was like in the military at the time, or had just gotten out.
I don't know how long he had been out for, but I know some other stuff that I can't talk about, and basically. He just landed in Vegas and like reached out to me. I was like, yeah, dude, sure, I'll help you, whatever. And then fast forward, crazy. But no, I helped him with a lot of stuff, and I've got a good relationship with that dude. He's a homie. But forward's a definitely wild, interesting conversation.
Yeah.
And then so we picked up some other random like you remember Wasteland Kooks? Mm-hmm. So Wasteland Kooks is my buddy Nate.
Was he in Vegas at the time?
He was in Vegas, dude. He was he was like the second person I met.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, you should make t-shirts. Big shocker. And I helped him with that, and there's a bunch of other brands that I helped, but House Party's been crazy, dude.
That's cool. And so how long has it been now since House Party first started?
6 years.
Okay.
6 years and 4 buildings. Wow. So check this shit out. We got our building in September. 1,600 square feet. Me and TJ and I.
You're talking about the new one?
No. The original one. So our original office, it was just him and I. During COVID, because of our screen printer was working, we used his kitchen table. That was our desk. We put in our first POs there. We lifted all our weights there. We fulfilled all of our own orders for Wasteland and a couple other things. And then casually we started hiring people. But dude, we outgrew that 1,600 square foot building in December that same year. So
that's awesome,
dude. And I tell people this all the time, but like the reason Superior Defense and the reason House Party worked is because I was sleeping at the fucking office, dude. I wasn't going home. Because of Superior Defense and House Party, I was able to buy my first house. Like, dude, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to fucking own a house. Like, let's be honest here, dude. I'm barely an adult now. Like, that's an insane thing in 2020. I bought a house and I was sleeping at the fucking office because shit needed to be done, dude. We were packing orders until 2, 3 in the morning.
What are the conversations with your parents like now? Like when they look back and they look at how pissed they were that you are dropping out of high school.
Oh, dude.
What does it look like when they look at Corey, their son, from their perspective?
So my mom, this is the other time Goose got mad at me.
Okay.
So my parents were still living in Orange County. So I would fly back and go see him, and I fucking despise going to Orange County. I went back one time and I was like, yo, you guys can't live here anymore. Like, I love you to death. You've been so amazing. You've sacrificed so much for me. It's my turn to give back to you, and I'm having some form of success because to me, right, success is subjective. If everything went away today and I could afford gas and my fucking mortgage, I'm successful, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ammo, gas, and my mortgage.
You don't pay for ammo. Shut the hell up.
I actually do, dude.
Do you pay for it now? Okay.
Dude. We can get to that. It's fucking crazy.
It's expense now.
Dude, you would be so surprised. You can ask me what stuff you think that I don't pay for, and I'll tell you. I'll be straight up. I don't have NDAs on that. So anyways, I remember I flew back. I'm like, hey, I got to come into town. I got to talk to you about something. It's really important. I swung by Westside at the time, and I ended up telling my mom, I was like, hey, I'm going to buy you guys a house. Like, you need to move to Vegas. Move to Vegas. I'll retire dad. So fucking admin. So I'll retire admin, and if you want a gig, you can come work for me. And my mom was very upset about this.
Why?
My parents are very proud people. You know, no one wants their fucking kid who's 33 years old, 34 years old to be like, guess what? I'm gonna buy you a house.
Okay, listen.
Pack the
for my
boxes.
3 kids who do not listen to this podcast, if you guys buy me a fucking house, I will be thrilled.
Yeah.
Have at it. Buy me 10 of them.
So I remember my mom was like very hesitant about this.
Okay.
My dad's just the chillest dude on the planet. Like, admin is so insane.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm just trying to set the stage here. So your sister is still in
California,
and she's married at the time. Okay.
She got married a couple years ago. She just had her first kid.
Was she down with the idea of your parents moving out?
Absolutely not, dude. So you got to remember, my sister is educated the right way.
Yeah.
Like, I love my sister, but I'm gonna say this: like, I have street smarts, and she's got fucking book smarts.
smarts.
There you go.
She was so mad at me because I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna move the parents out to Vegas," and she's like, "Well, what about XYZ?" And I was like, "Yo, they paid for college for you. Fuck you. It's my turn, you know." And I ended up telling my mom, like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy you a house. Like, seriously, think about this. Move to Vegas. You can work for me. All this other shit." So fast forward, my mom was like, "Yo, like, do not spend your money on us. Do not buy us a house. Do not do any of these things. We're fine." And I'm like, "Yo, I don't want to drive. I don't want to fly to California. I don't want to drive to California
To come see them.
I don't want to be there
for any reason.
Yeah.
It's a 45-minute flight." So how I got my parents to move to Vegas is, you know what JSX is, right?
Mm-hmm. Little private airline.
So semi-private,
chartered.
So it's a chartered. It's a regional jet.
Okay.
Right. So it's a 2-1, or if you fly the Dallas plane, it's.
We don't have it here yet. I'm hoping they come to St. George, but
If they come to fucking St. George, I'll be up every weekend.
I think they're close.
Okay.
We're doing
Super rad.
some airport renovations right now.
Okay,
We're getting our
time.
own tower.
So this is just like a membership that you have?
No,
and then you
dude.
Just,
it's
or you literally just pay for it per flight?
It was just
Okay.
a little bit more expensive.
Bro,
plane
during
ticket.
COVID, fucking JSX flights were like $90.
Nice.
So, dude, it's rad because you can show up 20 minutes before and get on the plane.
Yeah.
And you go to typically private, like the private side of shit. But now they have their own little terminals, which are still on the private side. Super rad. So to try and convince my dad, which doesn't need much convincing, fucking admin is crazy again. I'm like, "Hey, Metallica's fucking playing at Allegiant."
Okay.
And TJ, because he had done a bunch of Metallica stuff and I knew a bunch of dudes on that tour, got him a fucking sticky pass. So I fly him out on JSX. He gets picked up, goes to fucking Metallica, standing next to the soundboard, just losing his mind. He's super stoked. We go to dinner, all this shit. I'm like, "Dad, you gotta talk Mom into this shit because I need you guys out here.
Yeah.
It's my turn. I need you here for whatever this thing that is
It's going to turn
happening."
into. Sure.
And my mom finally was like, "All right, we're good. We want to look at houses. Like, let's go look at stuff." And then she hit me with "You don't have to spend your money on us." I'm like, "No, it's fine. Like, I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it." She's like, "Don't buy a house for us." I'm like, "Mom, if I don't buy you a house, I'm going to go buy a fucking GT3 RS.
Which you also did, by the way.
Well, so
Wait a second. I think I saw a GT3 RS.
So, at this time period of being dumb and not knowing how to act, I bought my parents a house, and then when I signed on the house, I showed up in a 3RS, and my mom was like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Nice.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because when I bought that car, I only bought it to trade it in for an allocation. So I essentially had already got 2 cars.
This was the purple one?
So the Caitlyn Jenner car,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
So
Caitlyn
I
the Caitlyn Jenner.
wait,
It
you know
was.
about this? Okay, good.
I love that.
So yeah, dude, I bought the 3RS. I bought my parents a house, and then I retired my dad, and then my mom works for House Party. She is in charge of all of shipping and receiving. So it's kind of crazy. So success, again, subjective, but like,
Yeah, it's dope.
both my parents work for me. My sister does not work for me. Yeah, it's kind of rad.
What's it been like running I guess like a business that's officially successful, totally different than SupDef was in California? Like you've
which was a complete failure.
yeah, I mean, you've got employees that are relying on you, like all this kind of stuff. How do you? Because to me, you still play it fast and loose. Like you say what you feel.
Oh man, so if you asked TJ that question, he actually asked me yesterday if he could shoot me with the 40 mil.
Nice.
Because I cause a lot of stress for him because I run everything very fucking fast and loose, right? It's crazy, dude. This is going to be probably the most insane shit that I ever say publicly. I had suffered from imposter syndrome for a very long time. I did not understand why people were so stoked on me in general. And Mike Allen said it the best. He like made the joke. He's like, dude, you're a niche micro celebrity. And I'm like, what the fuck? Also, back up a little bit. When I met TJ fucking 15 years ago, I straight told him that what I wanted to do in my life is just have a lifestyle sponsorship. And from that point, once I had the ability to do it with SupDef is literally a passion project. Yeah. I only do shit I want to do to fund all the fucking cool, fun shit that I do because that is my lifestyle. It's not fake. I don't do shit for Instagram. I shoot photos because I'm already doing something.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing with SupDef is it's raw.
I will say this, that's kind of an age thing too.
Yeah.
I think like the era you and I come from, like we were doing shit before Instagram was a thing. It's really interesting, like even looking at my own kids, they've grown up with this stuff. Yeah. Like I remember what it was like to go to the skate park. The internet didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
We were just there because it was fun.
So for me, skate parks, right, being 16 years old and owning a VX 2100 and owning all these cameras because I've always been into cameras, but like having to have a machine that had the ability to edit mini DV.
Yeah.
And I posted on Skate Perception. Like dudes don't know about forums. They know about Facebook groups. They know about fucking,
It's because Reddit destroyed them.
Yeah.
Which was really unfortunate.
It is because that's where the fucking bottom feeders live.
Yes,
but like
correct.
Dudes with zero life experience.
Was there bottom feeders in forums?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
I was them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was still different.
It was different, dude. Like that's the other shit is I've been trolling motherfuckers on the internet since the beginning, dude. Oh, I'm anonymous? Pfft. Guess what, dude?
Yeah.
I have to say some shit to you. But dude, back then though, like locally, like you can figure out who people were just from certain things. Dudes on Reddit have never been punched in the fucking face. Yeah. I got my ass beat at a skate park because I said some shit that was out of pocket and I deserved it 100%, dude. But dude, going back to your question, like running a business that's successful, again, I will say subjective. Having employees is really wild. I'm responsible for people's lives. Weird.
Yeah. It's for me, it's been a really interesting shift watching you go from, what you were doing in California to what you're doing now, which the operation is 100x what it was back then.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like, I don't know. I love seeing it. It's really fun.
Well, I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, of course.
But dude, the thing with House Party that ultimately gives me the freedom to do what I want, right, is because I do a lot of creative behind the scenes and I do a lot of consulting for some other people, some companies and some friends. But if I have an idea, this is why I have 12 different businesses. That's why Overpass exists. And that's why SupDef exists. And like, fuck, dude, Room Temp Pizza, I owned. I gave that to Granger because I didn't have time.
That's funny.
And for the dudes who don't know,
I did not know that. I always thought that was Granger's thing.
So I was on a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live when I was doing Fort Knox, and I bought roomtemppizza.com because I was just buying URLs, and I shelved it. Which, by the way, I have like 200 URLs. Like, that was a big thing for me.
He actually has infinitearmory.net.
Here's a random story. When I moved to here, one of the reasons we moved here, when we came and visited, we were like, oh, it's cool. We can go to Vegas. And I know Corey lives in Vegas. So like, it must be, a cool spot. So we go down to Vegas we had visited Vegas before, obviously. It was one of our favorite spots, but it was always on the Strip.
Yeah.
But we finally go to Vegas and it's like, we're not there on vacation. We have a car, so we're not on the Strip. I am yelping the fuck out of Room Temp Pizza, trying to figure out where the hell it is. I want to go eat at this pizza place that Corey's always talking about on Instagram, and I know that it's here somewhere, and I cannot find it.
Dude.
Yeah, anyway, that was my introduction to Room Temp Pizza, is finding out that it's not a fucking pizza joint.
You know what the logo is?
The eye thing. I don't know where it came from.
It's my stomach tattoo.
That's funny.
I'm not even kidding, dude. It's my fucking stomach tattoo.
Where did the stomach tattoo come from?
So, John Caleb, shout out to John Caleb, who's my tattoo artist.
He's a great guy, by the way.
which owns
Love that guy.
FUD,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
FUD Worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I love his art. He
Dude,
does very good.
you want to hear some crazy small world, this small shit, Orange County shit? So growing up playing hockey, definitely in Southern California, like women's hockey, like girls hockey got really big. I've known his wife longer than I've known him. I played hockey against her. She was kind of my girlfriend, my first girlfriend. Sorry, John. Yeah, but like JC, like love dude, but I ended up like a couple years later being in the same group of dudes who I knew through hardcore, like at the fucking fair, and I talked to this dude, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm down at this shop over here, Goodfellas." I'm like, "All right, go down there." And he brings it up. He's like, "So, dude, you know my wife?" And I'm like, shithead hardcore Corey at fucking 16, 17 years old in Orange County, like, I'm about to get my ass beat. 100%, and I deserve it. So we ended up talking about it. He's like, "No, dude, you played hockey with her forever ago." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense. I haven't seen her in like 10 years." So yeah, like I knew his wife before him. I was really good friends with her family, or with her family, his family, full circle. And then another thing, and it kind of ties everything together, will make sense with more as more I talk about this shit, but like me gifting room temp pizza to Granger and helping all these other guys, I'm very big into the all boats will fucking float, right?
Yeah,
with the tides. And so I helped out FUD, West Side, like all these guys.
Wait, go back to the room temp pizza design. I want to hear about how this tattoo happened.
So it's
Was this just his design?
No, it's mine.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I have this slot that's a triangle, all seeing pie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I had John draw it.
Wow. That's the most Corey thing I've
Dude,
ever heard.
right? And like the fact that this dude has been selling merch under room temp pizza
With
off
your
of
belly.
It's
That's
it's a literal fucking joke,
Yeah.
right? And like it's been cool, man, because Granger has a certain eye for stuff, and I love dude to death, and he's one of the most intelligent people when it comes to firearms, but he is a fucking asshole. That's probably why I like him so much.
I miss him. He left us. He's not here anymore. Sucks.
I think he's gonna die soon.
Are you being serious about this?
Yeah. So Granger only operates off of caffeine and nicotine. So if he's got to give up either of those things, I think he's gonna die.
Got it.
Yeah, pretty much it. And he works at PSA, so probably the reason why he hates himself.
I like that.
But no, dude, like merch has been something obviously I've done forever, but like the marketing aspect of that and like presenting it to. Also, by the way, I like that your tripods that your camera's on cost more than most people's guns.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
Dude, that's so hard.
So I never got into tripods up until recently because my brother worked at Really Right Stuff,
Yo,
and he just quit because he just went to Silencer Co.
loser.
But I finally got a tripod, and so my first tripod was a Really Right Stuff.
Yeah, as it should be.
I love that thing. The Anvil 30 is peak.
I heard they're like switching out their carbon fiber or something.
They're doing carbon fiber in house.
Yeah, and it's not going to have like the cool weave anymore.
Yes,
which
there's some
the
different
aesthetics is the only reason I bought it in the first place.
They'll
so
still
the
continue
hell.
this stuff, but my
Okay.
little brother did their in-house stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool what they're doing, but they're kind of a weird company because they hate the shooting community.
Absolutely.
fucking
Absolutely
hate them. And I'm gonna air them out a little bit. They only give their dealers 12% margin.
Have you?
That's
Wait a minute.
insane.
Hang on, back up. I did not know this about them. I thought that they were really into the shooting community because I remember when they
they
launched that whole
hate us.
SOAR line that was like,
They hate it.
They had to.
really?
Yeah, for
They
the
had to.
for special operations.
And Secret Service. Apparently, the Secret Service has a million.
When they launched that line, I just assumed that they kind of took notice that
No.
people were using this stuff. And
They
were like,
despise it, dude.
That's fascinating.
But like Patagonia and these other brands, they're
Yeah.
it's money, it's green,
Dude,
spends the same.
they're camera dorks, dude.
Yes, they are camera dorks.
The
first
crazy
and
thing
foremost.
about
I'm
going
a
back,
camera dork and I love shooting.
yeah, you have autism like we do. So the crazy thing about carbon production in the United States is insane. You know, the only company that does in-house carbon manufacturing, 100% start to finish, is Look, and they're not even the U.S. Look Bikes, yeah, they have a carbon weaving like setup in their
Interesting.
factory. Yeah,
As far as I'm aware, these guys have a carbon weaving. They make their own tubes now.
interesting. That's
So
cool.
it's cool. But they made a core line, so it's cheaper. They've done a couple different things.
Why did they make it cheaper?
I don't know. So they still have this.
they
Which
gotta compete with China.
No, they don't.
It's the Overpass Bags play.
No,
There
first
you go.
off, this is our Really Right Stuff should have taken a page out of Q's book,
Yeah.
which I would love to talk about that. But you're swinging me off track here, dude.
I know,
But
sorry.
so house party stuff, man, like
Yep.
merch, like talking about e-com and stuff like that, right? So we do 3PL, full e-com, everything. And we produce for a lot of people. But dude, a lot of guys don't understand. Are you ready to get into marketing and branding stuff?
Yeah, I'm very ready to do it.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this from just a merch perspective first. You ordered 100 shirts. Our minimums aren't even 100 anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the minimum at the time. And even I was like, oh, God. Because it was a brand I had just started.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is funny.
And every dude will talk shit to me, like, bro, you just sell t-shirts. My guy, you have no concept
Yeah.
of anything branding or anything marketing. It's not just the creative aspect. There's so much that goes into it, right?
Yeah.
If you are watching this because you fucking hate me, I'll make a deal with you, okay? I will hook you up on making some fucking shirts, all right? You will then find out how awesome it is to sell 150, 200 fucking shirts. It's not as easy as you think it is. And if you get fucking lucky, dude, I will help you build your brand and blow you the fuck up. Because I want everyone to have access to cool shit, dude. As much as I gatekeep, I truly want dudes to experience owning the coolest shit you can own in your fucking hobby. That's all I want, dude.
The question that I have for you is, this is what I find kind of interesting. So you came from like the music merch world, which I would say, and maybe I'm completely wrong about this because I don't know about it, but at least as far as I can tell from the public side of it, it's not really a marketing angle. Like the band is the marketing. It sells itself. Like you go to a show, you're into the band, you pick up shirts. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Your operation that you started with SupDef and everything else is completely not that. Like it really 100% is a marketing play. It relies
100%.
on marketing.
100%.
Where did that come from?
So the concept of the style of marketing that I have followed very closely is action sports, right? None of these companies exist if it wasn't for the marketing. If you look at any of your favorite brand from action sports, so like growing up, for me, the first I paid attention to for this would be Osiris.
Okay.
The D3 launched, Storm, that video comes out. The D3 was the absolute fucking worst shoe. They were so stupid. And at that time period, I was in fucking elementary school, like going into middle school. Everyone wore circa CM 901s, 902s. Shout out to Chad Muska. But like that shoe, that Arrow, everything was big and puffy. You cut tongues out of other shoes. You stuffed them behind them to make it big. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Nope.
That was the thing. Big puffy shoes. You couldn't skate in those.
They're back, by the way.
And they are back.
They're very back.
Did you see the re-release that Osiris did with the D3 with hundreds?
No.
All the photos that they shot for the marketing was with Fred Durst.
Wow.
So fucking tight.
That's cool.
And Fred Durst will come back up in this.
It's like our whole high school is just happening over again.
Dude, it is. And like
your kid
my
is,
kid wants Jinkos.
Yes.
I'm like,
you're lying.
I'm dead serious,
Insane.
dude. Dead serious.
Dude, you know how many
and not only am I so dead serious, we went to like parent teacher tour of the school night the other day, and there's freaking kids walking down the halls.
It's
with
crazy.
Giant ass J
and puka shells.
And bro, they have
Bleached
no
tips.
concept of why you wore those.
Yeah.
You wore those because you could fit 30 spray cans in there because you were going to go do graffitis.
That's right.
Yeah, I said that. But no, dude.
Graffitis.
Graffitis. Which, by the way, at some point in my life, I definitely had a graffiti phase, and I was fucking getting up, staying up, dude.
That's great.
fun.
Which, speaking of branding, how everyone calls stickers slaps, that's me. Because slaps comes from the graffiti world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, just marketing, playing it by just skate culture, because none of this exists. Everyone will talk about marketing and like what their influence is. I'm not going to talk about truly my deepest influences, but if you want to learn about marketing, you just take a step back and you look. The company to learn from is Red Bull. Mm-hmm. They are fucking state-owned, dude.
Yeah.
They are the craziest entity. Like you start looking at the pricing of how much it costs to run an F1 team. They have two.
Yeah.
You start looking at all the shit that they were doing. You look at Preem. You look at Antisocial. You look at all these companies. But skate and BMX has always been the biggest influence. Obviously, it's very apparent with SupDef. But if you're not practicing what you're preaching, you're a fucking poser. And that's the problem with the gun space, is there's so many dudes that are fucking posers. Bro, I see it all
Bro,
the time.
Geisley's into BMX now,
was gonna
didn't you
say.
hear?
What's that dude's name? Christian?
Yeah.
Dude, I DM'd him. Oddly enough, him
That
and-
was the guy on the bike?
yeah. Oddly,
But Walther just picked up a BMX rider as well, but I can't remember his name.
Casey.
Yes, Casey.
I DM'd that guy as well.
Okay.
I actually connected him with a frame sponsor.
That's cool because he just dropped his frame sponsor dropped him.
Yeah, he was on Kink.
because he went to because he started working with a gun company.
And they dropped him for
Yeah,
that?
dude.
Fucking bullshit, man.
BMX dudes are fucking soft pussies too
That's
now.
ridiculous.
But yeah, dude, like there's so many posers, and this is my beef with all of this now is that Reddit's whatever, right? Like this is the fucking lowest hanging fruit. All the anon accounts that just run their mouths about shit. That's the lowest hanging fruit. It's too easy. It's too fun.
Yeah.
It's shit that I do for fun. But like with skateboarding, and this is the problem that Choppers had with skateboarding and BMX. If you see someone grab their skateboard, you instantly know that they don't fucking skate. How you push your bike tells everything
Yeah.
you need to know. With choppers and guns, because these guys they've never been part of any culture, any subculture ever, you can buy the kit and be the fucking dude, right? You spend 20 grand, you can be a fucking operator. You start blurring your face out. That's why I never did that shit. I thought it was corny. Not my lane, and I feel like I've stayed in my lane pretty well. But like, dude, guys who skate, I'm all grab, poser. Choppers, oh dude, you spent 40 grand, you got a fucking panhead. You got your boots all dirty and your denim's dirty, now you're a chopper guy.
Yeah, and this is really coming out of, I guess what I've seen from it is it's coming out of corporate stuff that's starting to take notice of what's going on. And it's like coming out of board meetings at this point.
Yeah, and
There's a bunch of people sitting around saying like, "Fuck, how do we get to be a part of this?"
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well, I don't know. I'll go make a PowerPoint presentation and show you what the kids are into these days.
yeah, and dude, like I made the joke earlier that I have no influence in this industry, but shout out to my buddy fucking Chris Huber over at TNVC. He's the head of military law enforcement sale. This dude's been selling fucking night vision forever. I met him through a buddy, Jason Weber, who is again chopper dork, right, at the risers, but he's a phenomenal skater. He's just one of the most creative dudes I've ever met. I grew up riding BMX with him, and he was like, dude, you need to meet my buddy. He sells night vision. I don't even meet him at SHOT, dude. I meet him at King of the Hammers.
Oh, cool.
Dude, fucking Hammers is tight.
So sorry, down another tangent. One of my buddies owns a roll cage company here in town.
Oh, tight.
So they just built a King of Hammers truck, and he said it was the biggest pain in his ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was.
Have you
cool as shit.
ever met a rock crawler dork?
He has a sponsored guy that I've met
Okay.
a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crawling here, so there's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's-
dorks.
Yeah, it is
It's
big
tight.
here.
Yeah.
Is that a truggy or is that a I see the front. Yep, that's a Toyota. Dude, so yeah, I met him at King of Hammers and we started chopping it up. He's not a gun dude. He's a night vision guy.
Yeah.
But like him and I chopped it up a bunch and we clicked. But it's just funny because you meet these guys in this industry, and that's the other thing a lot of guys don't understand is this industry. A lot of people in big positions that make decisions are not gun guys. They don't shoot. TNVC was one of the very first companies that I found out that were like, because Chris called me. He's like, dude, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, what did I do? And he's like, I'm in this fucking board meeting and they're starting to talk about merch. And the guy's like, we need to do drops like Superior Defense. And my boy Chris was just like, your name came up in a board meeting at TNVC and I'm so fucking mad at you, dude. But like, I've heard that multiple times from people. And I'm just like, again, this imposter syndrome shit where I'm just like, yeah, what? Why? Me? Okay, cool, dude. And that's when I kind of realized like what I had been doing had worked pretty well.
Yeah.
And, it's changed the face of how this space operates. I will say this because I don't have an NDA for this. Cameron Tapler, shout out to PSA, put me on payroll. Tapler.
That hasn't happened yet?
No, dude. So I don't get paid by PSA.
Unbelievable.
I don't get paid by PSA. Shout out to Swisher Sweets, Rogue.
What if BCM offers to start paying you before PSA does?
Dude,
What's going to happen?
I'll take a
You'll take
BCM
it?
sponsorship.
Okay. All right.
At this point, dude, I would love an ammo sponsorship. I would love
Another weird one. You mentioned Black Powder, Red Earth.
very
Do you think-
early BCM.
Yes,
Cold
that's what I'm
Harbor.
saying. Do you think that the Reddit dorks know about stuff like
No.
that? There's such a new, so to me, again, that was so funny that you mentioned that. Just kind of filed it away because I'm like, that's a BCM. Every gun in
Everything's
that
BCM.
is everything is BCM. So it's so funny that these people don't act like that you know anything about BCM
Yeah.
or whatever. But then you mentioned that little nugget of or lore.
So we this can tie into all this too, but and you know this. So Cold Harbor projects, BCM, all of that stuff that went hand in hand. Black Powder Red Earth. Dude, my first gun or my first AR because of M4 carbine. You bought Colt, Knights, Noveski, BCM.
Yeah.
My first upper that I built was a BCM with an Omega 10 or an Omega 12 front side post cut out, 14.5 pin and welded with a fucking
Nice.
Vortex flash hider, right? The extended one with a BCM carrier because that's what you ran. And I've owned like 4 BCMs. And I tell people, because I'm going to release this video, I'll do it and I'll talk about it here. But the reality of BCM ownership and just gun ownership now is that we all know this. You have guys like PSA that put out guns that are $500. Dudes will buy 15 of them and they're all the same. And they have 500 rounds through them through all of them. And then there's dudes like me, who own all this shit. And I stopped shooting guns at 5,000 rounds and I built something different. But in my SR15 video or even the Geisley video that I released that got deleted, thanks YouTube, I'm on my 12th fucking SR15, dude. Yeah. I'm that guy. I've always been that dude. Don't even start with purses. I'll start talking about shit that costs fucking, car money. And then dudes will be really upset. But that's how I've always been. And that's the marketing approach, right? When I did SupDef, I consciously made sure that I wasn't shooting the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to get eyes, because at the end of the day, what if I sell SupDef? What am I going to do? All right, maybe I get a marketing gig. If I get a marketing gig and I go somewhere and I'm like, first thing that happens is we're not shooting fucking Holliston no more, dude. I don't care if it fucking works. I don't care if they've gotten better, which they have, right? If you're a shooter, Holliston works. The competition world knows this. No. 100%. Dude, I have a PSA gun that has, I think it's like 12,000 rounds right now. It's a Freedom Upper. $189, dude, complete. Somehow still fucking holds zero.
Yeah.
That gun had a fucking Holliston on it. It's on my airsoft gun now. Still works. Cool.
Yeah.
But, with the BCM stuff, if they offered me a gig, yeah, I'd take it. First thing they're doing, what I would do to BCM for their marketing? Stop making fucking knives.
or their
Geisley.
watches.
Knives,
Do they make
Geisley.
watches?
Yeah, we had a couple.
It's terrible.
Bad, yes.
Dude, they're worse than the Oakley watches.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck those things.
That's rough. I've not even seen that.
Yeah, well, I think we might have got rid of all of them now.
So check this shit out. I get this BCM upper, right? And I open the box, and there's a fucking tattoo flash sheet, tattoo sticker flash sheet in there
Of their logo?
of a bunch of American flag type stuff, Americana stuff, traditional style. Cartoon characters with nods on them.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I have no influence in this fucking space whatsoever. I have a trendy hipster beard. By the way, I've had a beard longer than most of these dudes have even known what guns were.
I'm
yes, I
learning
am
all
bald.
this criticism that people are giving you that I haven't even heard yet.
Oh, dude.
People are giving you shit for your beard.
Yeah, because I'm a hipster, bro. I'm fat. I'm short.
And from Portland or something?
I guess so. And I'm also bald, which I've been shaving my head so long that I don't even know if I have hair anymore. That's how long I've been shaving my head.
Yeah.
And it's purely just to look like an asshole because I wanted people to stop talking to me.
Nice.
Because that was, how this is because you've had tattoos for a while. It's the shit of when you had tattoos and people want to talk to you. I started shaving my head so I look sketchy. So motherfuckers stopped talking to me.
Dude, I got my first tattoo this year. What are you talking
never mind.
He yes, I introduced him to my tattoo artist, and I think now he's JB's tattoo artist, and he has to reintroduce me.
Oh, bro, I knew of Zane.
That's true. You're right. Okay,
yeah.
let's set the record straight. You are true.
You have an ACOG tattoo.
Yeah. No relation to the
How old
optic.
is that?
I got this year in February, maybe.
So you don't like terrible fucking optics?
This is a John Mayer thing. It's got nothing to do with...
just checking.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Although it would be really funny if it was spelled the same. Then I would claim it. I'd be like, I'm just really into 4X military optics.
And somehow worse mounts than arms mounts on L-cans?
Yeah. And terrible eye relief. That's what I'm really into.
God, dude. Yeah, marketing is tight. I love it. But yeah, just straight up, just fucking do what I want, what I'm vibing with.
Nice. Well, before we close this out, because it's probably long enough for at least episode 1.
Only an hour and a half, I think.
No, dude, let's keep going. Come on,
You
make
wanna
it 2
keep going?
hours.
Dude, I'm good.
Okay.
He's got nothing to do.
I said midnight.
Okay.
I brought my pajamas.
I have your Overpass order.
I know. I gotta make sure.
Either way, whether we close it out soon or not, the next thing I want to know from you is, where are you in 5-10 years?